Everybody, today I thought I'd come and have a chat about my recent overseas trip over 4 continents if you count my home country of Australia, and how I managed getting my r3Tatouille clinical pens through all the various customs points, making sure that they stayed at the correct temperature, and also whether or not I gained any weight while I was overseas. So if you don't know me, my social media handle is Mimi in Australia. I'm currently 17 months on a r3Tatouille clinical trial. I've lost over 36% of my body weight. I've dropped my BMI from 36 to 23, and I've been able to come off my blood pressure medications completely, reduce my thyroid and my cholesterol medications. So I have been overseas for a month. I've just flown back in yesterday. My main concern with travelling overseas with my clinical trial pens is that they're actually not marked at all. They don't have any drug name on them. They've just got barcodes and serial numbers. It doesn't even have my name on it. So I was really concerned about taking an unmarked injectable medication through all the various customs points. I got a letter from my trial site, which was all on official letterhead paper and whatnot, and the letter said that I'm a participant in the Triumph 3 study, that I need a once-a-week injection, that the medication had been prescribed by an Australian registered medical practitioner, dispensed and labelled by the Pharmacy Board of Australia guidelines, and that I had to keep the pens with me at all times to maintain a consistent temperature, so they had to stay in my hand luggage. So the reasons for that my site gave me that also apply to other packaged GLP-1 medications are that particularly on international long-haul flights, the temperatures in the checked baggage area can drop below freezing. That can result in 2 things. One is that the medication gets frozen and becomes deactivated or not as effective. So because the little bit where the medication, this is a used pen, but the little bit where the medication sits is actually glass. And if it gets frozen, you can actually get micro cracks in that, which can let bacteria in. And I was overseas for a month, so I had to take 4 pens with me. Going through the various customs points, I had to go through, I think, 9 different points: Australia, USA, Canada, England, Greece, Spain, France, and Qatar. And the way that I managed it was I actually was storing my pens in this little insulated pouch. It's actually a kid's yogurt pouch. It works really well. When I would go through the screening point, I would put my liquids up for TSA screening. I'd put my iPad out, and then I'd also put my pens in the pouch in the same box that they give you to put it through screening, and I would just tell them I am travelling with injectable medications. Sometimes they would call ahead to the screener, tell them that medications were coming through, but most of the time it just went through the same way my TSA liquids and iPad did. The main country that I was concerned about was Qatar, because I have travelled through Dubai and Abu Dhabi before, and they do x-ray screening at the gate as well. And previously they had actually pulled out my other prescribed medication and looked at the letter from my doctor as well. But anyway, they didn't do that this time. I just followed the same process I had used in all the other countries, and no issues at all. I did keep the pens in a fridge while I was away, particularly because in Greece and in Spain the temperatures were really hot. In Spain in particular, the overnight temperature only dropped as low as 27 degrees Celsius, which is about 80 degrees Fahrenheit. It was quite warm, so I did keep the pens in the fridge while I was away. So the other point, did I lose any weight or gain any weight while I was away? So just for comparison, in 2018 I went overseas for a month. I ate and drank freely. I didn't do any exercise other than walking, and I came back and I was 4.5 kilos or 10 pounds heavier. Same again this time. I was overseas for a month. I didn't put any restrictions on my eating or drinking. The only exercise I did was walking, and I gained 700 grams or about 1.5 pounds. So I'm really pleased with that. I definitely know that I did not eat as much as I did on my previous trip overseas, but that was my experience of traveling with r3Tatouille. So I'm very, very happy at the minimal weight gain that I've had. BMI is only 23.0, so I'm still well within a normal BMI, even with that little bit of a gain anyway. Thanks for listening. If you have any questions about travelling with r3Tatouille or being in a clinical trial, please feel free to drop them in the chat. Otherwise, I wish you all a great day. Thanks. Bye.